Hey everybody, Cameron here with Whiskey and Crypto with Cam, and we're going to talk about some crypto today. And so right now I'm filming this, and it's Saturday, June 7th, seems right. Maybe June 8th. So anyway, here's the deal. KMD, the Agama wallet, got hacked. So I want to talk about that. The Agama wallet hack for KMD. Man, this is a piss poor situation for KMD. As you may know, one of my favorite projects, SafeCoin, is actually a fork of Komodo, which really originates from being a fork of Zcash and uses ZK snarks, etc., etc., etc. Well, the big and probably most commonly used wallet for KMD is what's called the Agama wallet. And that originated, I believe, as a SuperNet wallet. I wasn't around KMD or SafeCoin way back then. But anyway, so if you guys are familiar with the Copay hack that occurred last year, there was an upstream injection of a JavaScript module of a malicious payload. So what does that mean to you, or what does that mean in English? What that means is that the Agama wallet, like most open source cryptocurrency projects, is based on dependencies of other software. So in this particular case, now we'll go back to the Agama wallet here, it uses dependencies of other software, and that's maintained by other people. So you might have something that is like the Bitcore library, or you might have something that is, it could just be some of your cryptography stuff, the hash 256 function, or your ZK snarks. So these different dependencies, these different libraries are part of your software that's needed to put this wallet together. So this upstream malicious act is something where somebody, in the KMD case here, somebody was putting useful software forward, useful updates to an open source repository of a JavaScript module, or a Node.js module. So they injected some malicious software, and then they make these normal commits, they inject this malicious software, and then it gets integrated into a release of the Agama wallet. Don't forget, check out my Weller review earlier. So, this bad software in this particular case, what it was doing was taking the seed of a newly created address and transmitting it to a public server and just leaving it there. Now, I'm sure that server was obscure enough that nobody would just stumble upon it, and it was probably public so that person would have a plausible deniability as the hacker. You wouldn't have a way to attach it to that person. That's kind of the running theory, and I agree that that's probably likely. So this just happened and became public knowledge. The Node.js team notified KMD, I believe, on Wednesday. I'm not privy to that. I'm not part of their team, but I'm trying to stay up on it because SafeCoin, being a fork of Komodo, we have to make sure that we're paying attention to these things. So Wednesday, they get notification, I think, of a potential hack, a potential vulnerability, but that's actually purposely injected into the code. And as they are reviewing this problem, allegedly, again, I don't want to speak for them, I don't know the whole story yet, and I'm going on what's been reported from JL777, who is part of the KMD team, one of the lead devs. So as they're looking at this, researching this, I guess funds start to move. So they immediately have to make a decision. Now, there's a lot of people, including myself, that might want to talk some smack about Komodo. They haven't always been angels in how they operate. I think there was even some pretty overt words that about SafeCoin being a fork. They didn't necessarily think that that was the right thing to do. If you go back into the original Bitcoin talk announcement for SafeCoin, there's a few sharp words. So, nonetheless, they had a hard decision to make because they're under enormous pressure. They've located this list of addresses that are compromised, private keys are compromised, and looking at that and thinking, okay, what do we do? Do we watch this hacker? It's already started to move coins. Do we watch it and let it happen? Or do we make the decision to move the coins before the hacker? Basically, the way they word it, I don't know if it's quite right, but hack the hacker, right? So they move 8 million Komodo. That is valued somewhere between 10 and 12 million dollars, really. So that's a serious decision to make. You're messing with other people's money, and you're not talking about insignificant sums. The reality is, a lot of people, they shouldn't have more crypto than they can afford to lose, but a lot of people, their heart's in it. Mine's in it. If I lost my SafeCoin tomorrow, I'd be pretty sad, pretty mad. So they make this decision, and upon releasing information about the vulnerability, they then talk about that they moved the funds, and boy, a lot of people did get pissed off. And ultimately, I think a lot of people see that was probably the better choice. And I'll tell you what I'll say: any decision is better than no decision in this kind of a situation. And so, if they would have made no decision, if they would have just thought about it and talked about it, it would have been too late to act, and everybody's funds would have been gone. Other options that they probably talked about, a rollback, but how can they roll back prior to the coins being stolen? It's not changing anybody's private keys. So then do you have to wait until they're stolen? What if they put them through a mixer? So you wait, that doesn't seem any good. You can't do a rollback very well. So your choices were do nothing, move as many funds as you can before the hacker does, or try to pre-plan a rollback, which means you have to have miners on board and everything else. And I have to say they probably made the right choice. And I just want to say it wasn't an easy choice. There's just no way you can get around that being a very difficult choice. I mean, if you sit there right now and you think about, I'm watching this person about to lose $1 million, but I can take it from him, but he won't know until I say, hey, by the way, I kept your money safe. And that person's going to be mad. And is there a legal problem with that? Do you have the legal authority to take that money, even though you're taking it for safekeeping? How do you articulate yourself? How is somebody going to not say, well, you're the hacker? How do you prove that you had no guilty mind, no mens rea? I mean, it was a tough decision, and I think they did the best they could. So, there's more information available about that hack online all over the place. There's a Discord server, there's Medium articles already and everything like that. But I just wanted to talk about it for a minute because I think it really shows the greater risks and things that we have to overcome in the cryptocurrency world. Because for the normal people out there to get invested more in this, we as a community of crypto enthusiasts are going to have to work a lot harder to make it easier to use and more secure, and so that people won't have that fear of who's going to move my coins, and wait, is this decentralized or not? And in the case of the KMD situation here, I can say that's still decentralized. That's just somebody else who had enough smarts to say, well, we found out what the hacker's doing and we can beat him to the punch. That's not centralization. But what levels of control do you want developers to have? We have Bitcoin, where at this point the rule of code is pretty strong. A Bitcoin improvement proposal takes time to implement, and of course you have to have the miners agree, and of course we have forks where that doesn't occur. So we're going to have to move forward as a community and make it easier to use, less chance of a hack or getting money lost or stolen. There's improvements in Betch32. We should probably all be using that sooner than later so that addresses aren't typed in wrong. these are all different things that are going to have to be improved. And then my little part of this is that I think that's where I have a little bit of input, being part of the SafeCoin team, because that's something that's important to all of us on the SafeCoin team, is improving usability and improving security. And I think that's going to make SafeCoin a big deal. KMD has the 51% attack prevention through the use of notarization, but of course safe nodes are coming soon with SafeCoin, and then adding on to that, not using any funds to do that, not having to have an ICO or anything, so it's a fair mining, fair distribution. A lot of things coming. The SafePay wallet, which I was lucky to be part of the development of that, and I'm not much of a coder, but I can at least have some input and get it ready and to be on the iTunes App Store and stuff. So, you know, I really feel like a lucky person that I have the ability to kind of have some of that input and kind of change some of the things, hopefully in the right direction for cryptocurrency. So, yeah, that was me just kind of getting it along top. I promise this is the first little glass of whiskey. But I think that these kind of incidents, this kind of a hack, really gives us all a lot to think about. And I hope that what I've told you has given you a little bit of information about what happened, puts you in the shoes of where does crypto have to go? What does someone like JL777 have to do? What does the SafeCoin team have to do? What does Bitcoin have in its future? All those different things are things we all have to think about so that we can make this all work better for everybody. So that's about it for now. I should have done this as a live stream and taken questions, but it's kind of spur of the moment. So if you like my videos, if you like this information, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the little alerts. I'm not quite sure yet why I have to have you hit the alerts, but hey, more views is better for me. I'm not monetized or anything great like that, but I'm trying to do a better job with my videos and trying to make things better and better for everybody to enjoy watching these videos. So I hope you'll share these videos and subscribe to me. So that's it. See ya.